Hello YouTube, Aaron here with a tutorial on how to set up your GitHub account and create a custom repository, as well as set up some few nifties to make your GitHub look better and more professional. Not that unprofessional, but at least we can try to be, yeah? So I've just made a GitHub account from fresh. I've got no repositories whatsoever. I just had to do a little bit of test to gather some more information to make this tutorial a lot better. The reason I'm making this tutorial is because a user sent a message, or a comment should I say, in one of my videos 2 weeks ago, but where I've been currently basically making custom scripts and whatnot, because that's what I do all the time. I don't have a job, this is kind of my job. I do make passive income from it, even though it's not a lot, and this is basically what excites me to carry on and continue, you know. I'm all for user feedback as well, so if you've got anything else that you want me to create, I'm all for that. I have got a phone that is uploading something to YouTube right now, which is my Chrome OS cloner tutorial, so I may have to pop over there to make sure my screen doesn't come off. It's by the window, just because the internet is the best over there. Anyway, so I'm going to try and do as much as I can whilst sitting down before I change to standing up. So when you create an account, you're going to want to create a new repository under the same name of your account. And when you do this, you're going to want to set up a README. And what this allows is when people come onto your landing page, say if I go to here, I'm going to type in GitHub again. It seems a bit stupid really because I've already skipped that. Well, if we come here and we go to my profile, or you could just click repositories. Well, if we go to my profile, no, you have to come here, sorry. Normally when you come here, it's completely empty. And for those that don't know how to make a custom README on this here, so that, you know, people pretty much like my repository, say if I come here, GitHub/this and go to here, this is my other account with all of my custom scripts. As you can see, when I come to the landing page, I've got a custom README. So if we come off of this and we go here, we're going to want to set up a repository that's under the same name. It's going to say, yeah, it's a special repository. We're going to want to set up a README, and then we're going to put, this is just a tutorial, so we just put a tutorial. Don't really need a license. We'll put a license there anyway for the fun of it, you know. Just feel free to fork my custom account that will be open, closed possibly after this. So then we've got a custom README, yeah, and there's nothing in the README. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it. And now what I like to do is I like to go and have a look around GitHub, see what people's repositories look like. I'm a big fan of Chris Titus Tech. I actually support him on my other account. I don't know if you know Chris Titus Tech, although he is a very educated developer who I've been following for many years now. And I support him because of his WinUtil, and of course now he's got a Linux util, which I am yet to test, and I think this could be pretty custom. And of course there's a few people that are supporting this, and I don't think I'm actually supporting this one here. I might be supporting a WinUtil. So if we go here, I just want to show that I am supporting, and we've got a load of photos on here. I don't see myself. Myself is a picture of... Anyway, so if we go to his main account, we're going to see that, you know, obviously I am one of the supporters. When you come down here, this is me here. I am actually supporting his work, and if you can support him as well, please do, because he is very helpful when it comes to things. You know, he's got many things, and many things that he's created, and much knowledge to give to people, like today, like what I'm doing. So anyway, we actually want to go back there, and we obviously want to gather some information, you know. So if we go to Port Arch, no, we'll go to Chris Titus Tech, and we just have a look at his README. How does his README look? How has he set it up? Since he's such a professional developer, this is how his README is. And of course, I didn't fork his any of his repositories because I highly rate him as a developer. But at the end of the day, we can come here and we can go to his repository, and then we come down here and we can actually find the README. It would be under a repository under his own name, I do believe, if I'm correct. So if we type in Chris Titus Tech, we're going to find a repository under his own name, and we come here and we can see that the README file is in here. This is where the README file is, and we can actually view the raw code. So we can see the raw code to his README file. Now this is what he's set up, so when you go on his landing page, everything shows. And what I do is I just come off of Facebook quickly, and what we want to do is we want to go to HTML Viewer, and this is a good tool where I normally come to W3 School. I think this is the best one. W3 School HTML Viewer. This is a very good one. I will put the link in the description. But when you're customizing, you can use your bot to customize to make things easier and understand other things. Now obviously I just used the bot to understand how to make the custom README again, since it's now the second time I've had to do it. But what you can do is you can ask the bot to make a custom README for you. And you can understand a bit more of what's going on within these READMEs to make the eye candy. So with the READMEs, we've got certain things that you can do to add images and custom text, and how to break things to separate them. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to go onto my other repository that I've got, and we're going to clone a README. So say if I go to here, I type in Claude mods, we're going to find my ugly repositories. So if we come here and we go to my repository, that's the top repository, we can see what it looks like. And if we go to the README, it's probably going to say, well, if we get we can't edit it, but we can copy the raw file. And what we do, since we're now on my new account that I've created, I'm just going to copy everything that I've got in that repository. And if you come to here, and obviously if we go to the repository we've set up, we come here, there's absolutely nothing here, of course. If I go here, there's absolutely nothing here, yeah. So then of course, now this README here is what's going to give all of the eye candy that you normally get on the landing page. So we're just going to put this, we don't care what that says there, the commit. And basically now when I come to my landing page, we have a custom README, and that allows you to, do these various things, such as go on to my website. I recently just updated, we've got the Google Drive links, all of these functions work. But the way that these work, we need to get a better understanding, because you can sit there and fork other people's READMEs and change it up a little bit, this, that and the other. But you need to know how these functions work. So if I come back to this README and go in here, we can see at the top we've got a image. So we can use this code here, we can copy this, you can copy this if you want. Go to my other repository, because this account's going to be deleted after this tutorial. And you can copy this here, and if you want to put your own image, I normally go to this website here, postimages.org, and what you do is you post an image and then you get a link, a PNG link. So say if I wanted to update this, upload this image here, it's going to take a second because I'm uploading it. Sorry people, I did say that I'm going to have to go for a second because my phone is currently uploading, and I've tried to get one video uploaded whilst I make another. So we've now got all of these individual links. What you want is the direct link that supplies the PNG. So if we come back to my repository that we're editing, and then we just, because this is very temperamental, you have to go like this. Have to delete that. You can't just copy and paste, otherwise it'll put two links together and break the functionality. So basically, we've added a new image. You know what that image is, I just showed you. Then we've got custom text that basically allows you to go to my... so we go back on here just to understand it a little bit more. We've typed this in 1,000 times, so there's no point going back and forth, searching repositories. So we've got, I found a repository that was using blue text, and the blue text was basically functions to take you to other sites, and I thought the best thing to go forward for myself would to be put sailing the 7 seas. And when you do that, you come to my Apex Arch ISO cloning utility, which is a GUI app image for cloning your Arch system. There could be any Arch system on the market. They're all the same. They always use the same packages. As long as you've got the right packages installed, you can clone your system. But this is not a tutorial on how to do that. So moving forward, you can do this and add your own custom blue text to take you to a website or something. So that's how that one works. And of course, we've got more options that you can do. So if we go back to here, we've got custom badges, and with these custom badges, this is how they work. So we've got a href with a link, and then we've got a target, img, we've got the src, which is the file, well, not the file, sorry, is a link to image shields, which I had to understand quite recently to put the badges. So you can make a custom badge, and what we're going to change this. So normally it says GTA inside. We're going to say test. We put that as a test. The badge will say test on the side, and then we can put a custom logo. So say if I put GitHub, we're going to have a custom GitHub logo. And then we can do the same for various other things. So like if I wanted my Google Drive to show as a badge, my SourceForge, GitHub, Pling. Of course we can do this, and I've done this. And then we're going to move on to aligning. So like we can say connect to my social, which is what I put here. We've got a YouTube link connected to my account. So it shows you how many followers that I've got. No, views. I think it's views. I've only got 40 followers. But basically that's how this works. So this function here is how the YouTube badge works. If I go back, that's how the YouTube badge works. Now you can of course copy this to the bottom and put it anywhere that you want really. Of course as well, I've got distro badges. I've got built using DeepSeek, which is what I made 2 days ago. I actually made this badge myself. I got the DeepSeek badge off of the DeepSeek GitHub, which I'm not going to show, and then I edited it to basically have my custom text, and it works very well. It took me about 5-10 minutes. Then we've got our Linux information to say, yeah, this is our Linux, so we've got OS Linux next to the side of my GTA mods badge. We've got all of the custom distributions that I support. We've got the DeepSeek website to support DeepSeek, as you can see, this one here. And then basically what else you can do is you can use a option that I just recently added to my Chrome OS cloning repository. So if we go back here, I recently found this today. For those for the gamers as well, people that want a game, I've made a custom bottle that you can download. And what you can do is you can extract the files to where it needs to be. You just put it in the var directory, and it's literally just a bottle set up, so you can just install the installers that you need. You don't have to sit there download all the dependencies to run the games. Anyway, beside that, where are we? So we come here, we've got the Chrome OS cloner. This is what I've been working on for the last 2-3 days, or 6-7 months should I say. I recently just created. But as you can see, we've got breaks in between the words, and of course this isn't exactly set up exactly how I want. I could edit this 1,000 more times opposed to the 1,000 times I have edited it. As you can see, the README recently was updated maybe 10 times or something. I'm not professional, so I'll be doing something and then, I need to do something else, so I'll make a new commit. Anyway, with this here, there's another function that I learned today, is how to separate certain things. It's not going to let me do this. So we come to the README, and we can't fork the repository, we can only view the raw code. We come to the raw code, and we're going to understand what this function does. This function here basically allows you to separate certain things within the README that you set up. So say if I've got, I don't know how to put this. So we've got our two individual things for GTA, and we got Linux. So say we got these two individual things here, and I want to put a split in between that. This is what this is going to do. It's going to separate the two things and put a gap in between them. And of course I learned this today. But that is pretty much it when it comes to a readme. Of course you're going to want to do your own custom things. This is all of my customs that I've added. So, you know, of course, it's not every README on a repository is going to look exactly the same as an old another README from someone else. You know, so we've added our own image. We've added so as you can see, my image has just been uploaded. That'll be up there for eternity now. You can of course as well make a custom repository to supply images too. So you could put your images in a custom repository and use that link for this. But this is entirely up to you what you want to do. Of course, you would need to make sure that you use the raw link. It's not something I do, so I won't be showing the tutorial on that today. But as you can see, we've had go back. We've added a custom image, and we've separated the two individual things that were normally together. And that basically is a base tutorial on how to set up a README. Now, if you want to set up a custom repository in a way where we've got support links and things like this, we can come to the settings, and what you can do is we can add sponsorships. So say if you've got an account with Ko-fi, is it Ko-fi, or you've got a few people that are sponsoring, and I'm not too sure if this is for people that sponsor or for yourself, but I normally just put it as my own name. If we've got that's Telegram. If we've got a Patreon account, we could do a Patreon account. If you've got a Ko-fi account, you can add a Ko-fi account, and got that wrong with it. And you can add many other things that you can add. But basically, you add this to the funding, sorry. And then when we go back to the repository, you're going to see on the right hand side that we now have these individual links to say, yeah, support my links. Now, when it comes to creating an application and things, you're going to want to put everything in here. So if you're compiling for the AUR, say, you're going to want to put all of the files here that would normally be git cloned. And then if you've got, say, an application that's pre-built, you can do releases. So that I make app images, I make .bin files in C++ and in Python. I actually started on YAD, and I learned that from a good friend of mine called On The Net. I don't know if you know who he is, but you can come to his website and pretty much gather a bit of information if you want to have a look. YAD-GUI, I'm pretty sure we're going to find his YAD-GUI maybe. I'm going to find his website. I know his website because I used to use it all the time. If we can find it. Yadbash.com. This is his website. We can find some information on him. He's also linked to my account as well on YouTube. I think there's a video to do with what he does on here. I don't know how long that's going to take. But this is his website. Got some information, you know. And loads of videos of what he does. And he's a pretty custom developer, to be fair. And I make good friends with him. So YAD is a GUI written in Bash. So you can make very custom applications in YAD. This is where I started. Then I worked onto Python. Then I worked into different languages, all the different languages underneath the sun, like Yala language. Yala is a language. Is it Yala? Yala coding language. No, it's not. No. There's how much? So Linux coding languages, and one of them I was going to write in LUA at one point. I was going to write LUA languages. I got a bit confused to which language. I thought Yala was a language, but clearly not. I haven't done it in a while, and I don't primarily use that language, so I wouldn't know. But basically, I started on Bash, YAD. I worked into Python, started learning Perl, Ruby, Rust, and I pretty much stopped there because Ruby for me was a bit too dependency intensive. Perl is very good, but you get some problems. Ruby, very, 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 very good. C++, I just love it. C++ is the language to go from, because with C++ you can create headers and embed files. So you can embed a zip, you can embed a .bin, you can embed loads of different files that are needed for the project, so you don't have to download them. And then all it does is extracts it to a place, and then you use the file. Of course, this is not a tutorial on how to code, but might as well talk about it anyway, and how I started and where I started. And give me 1 second. Well, we're currently looking at 2 minutes left, so I'm probably just going to leave this here. I do need to upload the photo. But basically, I started on YAD, worked into basically C++, Python, sorry, and then I worked into C++ because there's so much problems with Python. It was unreal. It's like my files, my applications were becoming 2 GB. Anyway, we're going to go to my repository on GitHub, and we're going to look at something that I have set up for the AUR. So say like, we come here, AUR repository, ALPM. I'm pretty sure this is set up for AUR. So I didn't actually fork the project. I put all the files in there like a fool. And I don't think that's what we need to do. So I've got a custom browser that I did set up for the AUR. Claude Mods Apex browser, maybe it's called. Apex browser. This is a custom browser utility that I've built, and you can compile it on the different distributions, although it only says that it supports Arch and Debian. Yeah, so when I created this originally, I only supplied the app image, and I thought I'm going to support the AUR, and this is how I managed to do it. So I put my files for the different things in here. I'm only showing you how I would normally set up my repository if I was going to do for the AUR, and maybe have a few custom releases for maybe app images. And if you want a tutorial on how to do app images and stuff, I can do that as well. I have done that in the past. I don't know about app images, only for compiling on I'm pretty sure it's Arch with Rust. But if we go to my Google Drive, this is where I do tutorials for people. If I can get onto it. Oh. There's a little more stuff. So this is where you would normally come if you click that link. And we go to tutorials, we've got application templates. So we've got Rust template with 2 buttons. We've got QML template. I'm not too sure what that one was. GPU drivers. I tried to make a GPU drivers utility. We've got Python GPU drivers. We've got C++ GPU drivers. We've got Bash templates, script templates. There's tons of Bash script templates because I actually made a system tool for Arch and various other distributions originally, and that is my original application all as one, I'm pretty sure. We can download it, we can see that actually, to be fair. So we've got loads and loads and loads of Bash templates and templates for people to learn from. Fork it, use it on the bot. What can you do to change it? They're working scripts, and that's why I provided them, because you know, with the bot sometimes it's creating scripts that don't work. So if you look at a template of a script, you know, when a bot generates its script, you know what to look for, whether it's going to be broken or not. But this is basically all of my old systems scripts. So like on KDE, I've got a custom taskbar that I created, and we've got all these different things that work for that. So we've got the open overview command that will open the overview and show you all of the applications that are currently running. This is a custom command for Qt6, the new desktop of the Qt6 version of KDE, sorry. And yeah, there's many other scripts in here that you can learn from. There's custom bash commands, how to open these certain things or do certain things. Kernel unlock, kernel lock, you know, fix the grub. Pretty sure it's just maybe like a custom utility on how to mount the system. Pretty standard basically. I don't even think that works. There is a tool to do that if you're looking for that, but this is a tutorial on this. So that pretty much sums up where I started, some of the things that I do create. Now we're going to look at different options to do with your account. So say if you want to support someone, and I currently support Chris Titus Tech. If we go to here, Chris Titus Tech, actually went on his repository to see some updates recently. And we go here and you're going to see that I actually support his project because I used to use the Windows util. I noticed he was making the Linux util, so I thought I'd support that also. And I do like him as a developer. He's very creative in a sense and very smart. He has a lot to give and teach people, which is what I love mostly about him, other than the fact that he does make some very good applications and scripts. So if you would like to support him as well, please do show appreciation to Chris Titus Tech, and just mention Claude Mods said to support you, and that would give me a good thumbs up as well. If so, support me as well. It's entirely up to you. So now, where were we? We're gonna go back to my account, my profile. My bad. I'm still half asleep. So we've got my profile. We come here. No, where are we? We don't want to come to here. The README, where is the main thing? So settings, here we go, settings. Sorry, we got lost a bit there. So we can change your photo here, that's pretty standard. You can add a bit of a bio here, add your own URL. You can add a few social websites, tell people what company you're part of. You can also add your own location, display your own time and date, make your profile pretty much private. Add a developer account, you can add a jobs profile, and if you're going to support developers, then you can add payment options with the billing. So we've got different options here to do with billing. You can add a new email address to your account for safety. I actually have my account set up as two-step form factor, so we can look at this option as well. So you can add like a passkey. You can download the GitHub application on your phone, which is what I use on this phone here, and that basically then sends a code to your phone as a two-step form factor for security reasons, which is what I do on most of my accounts. Of course, as well, you can set up shush keys, and to do that is a completely new tutorial. It's probably a 5 to 10 minute tutorial. When you start, it's going to be longer. It's going to probably take you 30 minutes if you hadn't watched the tutorial. But basically, you can do that as well. If you're looking for a tutorial on how to do that, I can do that. I'm not going to be doing that in this video, strictly because I have no need for that. You can also block users. So say if you've got someone that's sending spam messages or comments into your repository, you can block them here. Interaction limits you can add. I don't do any of this, you know, all out of free will. If people want to message me and spam, they're most likely going to get blocked. They should know about that. Then we got code spaces, so we can do various things here. I don't know if you know about GitHub on Windows has actually got an application that I tried to run through bottles, but it says something about running it as sudo. so I wasn't able to run it. If you're paying for an account, you can use the Copilot Pro, although I would suggest using DeepSeek, which is what I've used since July 2024, and it's completely free and you can get it on your phone. And I most recently managed to get back into my account on here because I had issues logging in. Here, so with the code security, we can add the two-step form factor through here, right? I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe this isn't what it's for. Protect yourself. Vulnerability. Enable new public repositories. We've got enable private repositories. Automatically enable new repositories. I'm not too sure if any of that's really needed. Everything just basically works off the bat. Schedule reminders, security logs, so like maybe someone tried to log into your account, it's going to pop up here. It's also going to tell you exactly what you've done, I'm pretty sure. So like if I did this, I've done this, I've done that. I did destroy my repositories, yes. Another thing I would like to state also is that the way that I work on GitHub may be different to other people. So normally you create a repository and then you create a project, if I'm correct, within that repository. I'm not too sure how that works, but the way that I normally do it is just repository after repository. And that is strictly because, sorry, I need to change the thumbnail on this video. How do I do that? Add to playlist, Linux tutorials, edit the thumbnail, custom thumbnail. So this is basically how I work. I like to set up repositories, probably the best way going forward. And well, we're going to set up a repository since the custom one is basically my account. It's pretty much the same as what I just showed you. So say if we make a test repository, we say this is a tutorial. We can make it private, we can make it public. We're going to want to add a readme, and we can do git ignore things if you need to git ignore anything. You can add a custom git ignore list of files. Then we can select, pretty much what user license that you need. GNU GPL v3 covers most cases for open source applications. I mean, if you're compiling applications and stuff, it really doesn't matter as long as you're not forking someone's code that says you need to have it as open source. So we just normally set up like we just did in the first thing. We can add a custom readme like it's in the other one. We can come here and we can also add a website, some topics. We can add a release. So when we come to release, we normally say if this is version 1.0, of course I've made many of them. And we add a release tag. Normally we can only add tags like this, and we cannot add any spaces. So if I put test like this, it's not going to work. It has to be like this. So I don't know why I'm typing that again. If I have to put a release tag like this. Well, you might be able to put a plus, but I never tested it and there's no need for me to do that. But we have to have a tag like this, basically, if you're having two different words. And this will show on the side. The tag, I'm pretty sure, is what shows. Or is it this? We're going to find this out together. But then we had the description, we can add a photo in there, we can add some binaries, we can set up as a pre-release. I'm just going to basically add this as an option now. We come back to the test repository and we're going to see exactly. So version 1.0, the tag is actually what shows. If I come back here, I can edit this tag. So say if I don't like this tag, oh no, the tag isn't what shows, it's this. So we go here, I will say updated test. And then what this does is it basically shows on the side to say, yep, this is this and this is this, version. And that is pretty much it for the tutorial today. I really don't know what else I can show with regards to how to set up GitHub. I'm still learning myself. Of course, I had to look at other people's readmes on their profile to understand how it works and how to edit it and add images. And actually, when you're editing your readme, so say this is the last thing I will show. So if I go back to here and I want to edit my readme again, yep, thank you very much. When you do your readme edits, instead of sending 101 different commits, we're going to send it into this website and we're going to run it, and it's going to show you exactly what you've done. So we'll give it a second to load because my internet is not good. But as you can see, we get a basic template of what the readme will look like. Of course, some things will not show correctly. But this is basically how to summarize what your readme will look like before you post it on the internet and send 101 commits. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I hope you're having a good day or night, whatever time it is when you watch this video. And it's a bye from me, Aaron.